Alrighty, hello guys, welcome your faces back to another video on my channel. Today we are back in Sprocket, and today we're going to be going through all of the new parts added in the new update. Now, there are actually 16 new parts that have been added to the game, and honestly, there's been a massive change in the way things look as well. As you guys can see right here, these all look a little bit different, but it is just the icons. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll do it in the order that it is listed in, and I'll show you guys all the parts. Let's get on with it. Okie dokie, so I'm going to show them up on this little bit right here because I think that makes sense. So, the first thing we have is actually bedrolls and tarps. So, if you go to crew, you can then look for stowages. Oh no, it's not actually under stowages, is it? It's under utilities. Under here, we actually have bedrolls, as you guys can see right here. These look like this. There you go. And you get two bedrolls attached together with like a leather strap, and they have their little holders that go into the tank. We then have this one right here, which is called the tarp, and it comes with the same holders, or slightly different holders, but you know, leather strap again, and the tarp in the middle. Honestly, this is a good addition to the game. I feel like this is something that we kind of needed, to be honest, so I like that. I really like that. Alright, the next thing that we have is a PZ38T Cupola, and that is this one right here. So it is kind of a cool looking cupola, to be honest. We've got the view sight out the side, we've got the view sight out the front, view sight out the other side, and a view sight out the back too, as well as the hatch on the top and the circular design. Honestly, this thing looks pretty fantastic. You don't really have to use it as a cupola, but honestly, it really works. It is really cool. Alright, so moving on to the next thing in the list, we actually have a T-3476 Mantlet. Now, this thing right here is exactly what that is, and if we can put it on the front of the tank, you guys can see what it looks like. Bam! So we've got the rounded design, like we have here, but then it's got that little knobble bit on the front, and yeah, then your gun comes out of there. You can you can make this bigger and smaller if you want to. It's a nice design though. I think that looks really cool. Alright, so the next thing we actually have is the Matilda 2 Cupola. So let's go back to crew, go to cupolas, and we have this right here, Matilda 2, and that can go directly on here like this. So, this one is slightly different to the one in front of it. It has a spotlight on the side. I don't know whether that works. In fact, let's see. I don't know whether you can actually turn that light on or not, but it looks good. We've got the view sight right there in the middle, and that is actually it. The rest of it is just a hatch. It opens to the front, and it opens to the back. And that's pretty nice. I actually really like that one. The next cupola is a little bit more World War II looking. So this is the Renault FT-17, which is a World War I tank, and as you guys can see, it is a little bit, it's smaller than the rest of them. I don't know whether those are view, like, slats, whether you can see out of those or not, but, it's a very dome-like, mushroom-like design. Kind of strange, but, at the same time, I kind of like it still. Ooh, the next thing is something that I actually really like the addition of. So, it is actually a fender, so if we go to mobility, we go to fenders, you can find it here. This is it right here. So this is a flat fender midsection, but it is off a Churchill Mark 7. So if you go ahead and put that on there you go. Look at that. I really like this design. You can still make the width wider or shallower and all that stuff. You can do all of the stuff that you need to. But yeah, that's really cool. The other thing is, it actually has the front piece too. So you actually have the rounded section now, which is pretty awesome. You can angle that however you want to. And honestly, that's really cool. It actually works. Amazing. Alright, so the next thing that we need to look at is actually an exhaust. This thing right here is off the Hetzer. So let's go ahead and have a little look at this, shall we? It's a little bit old-fashioned, and this is what it looks like. So you got a pipe coming from the bottom upwards into the muffler, and then across and up. I don't know what it actually looks like on the tank. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm assuming you can turn this around and have it look pretty interesting, like that. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I like it. Alright, the next thing actually has to do with the tracks. It's a lot of random stuff actually being added in this update, but it's cool. So it is actually the Sprocket wheel. Originally we just had this one and this one. Now we have the addition of this one, which is a little bit bulged out. I'm not sure what it's off though. Apparently it is a STRV M42 Sprocket, so there you go. You can make this bigger, smaller, etc, etc. I like the fact that we've got more designs for that. It's really cool. Alright, the next thing that we have is a handlebar. I believe this is it right here. Yes, so you go to crew, you go to structural, and it is all the way at the end. And essentially, you can actually make ladders out of this and stuff like that, which honestly is actually a pretty cool idea. I don't know whether you can somehow, I don't know, make more of them, if that makes sense. But I don't think you can. There's just scaling. So you can essentially just make some ladders and stuff like that out of these. And honestly, that's a pretty cool design. I think we were missing these in the game, so that's an awesome, awesome thing to add to the game. The next thing is crane hooks. We have 3 different versions of those. So this is the normal one that we always had. This is one that is new, which is a little bit thicker, a little bit more chunky. We've then got this one, which is a V shape, and we've got this one right here, which is, I don't know, I think I like this one quite a lot, actually. But there you go. Those are the 3 new ones that we have right there. The other thing is, as well, if you go to utilities, actually, where is it? Storages. This thing right here is also new, and essentially it's just some hooks for some utilities and stuff. Kind of a nice addition. Yeah. And then finally, the last thing that was actually added to this update as well is another mantlet. So let's go to firepower. Let's go to here. This is a Panzer II mantlet. So I actually really like the addition of this one. I think it looks sick. So the gun itself is off to the side. I think it comes with its own viewport, but I could be wrong. I actually don't know about that, and I don't know how you tell. In fact, let's spawn it in. Gunner's sight, yes. Okay, so there is no gunner's sight actually installed in that, I don't think. So you'd have to put another gunner's sight on, but that's okay. I think it's the same with this one too, the T-34. It requires its own gun sight too, but that's okay too. Anyway, that is actually all of the new stuff added in this update, and I think all of it is actually very welcomed. I really, really like it. In the next video, I think what I'm going to do is build something using these fenders, because honestly, they're awesome. And I might actually mix it with, I don't know, maybe we can make a 2-turreted tank. I think that'd be awesome, using these 2 turrets. But yeah, I think we can make something really, really awesome. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.